everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby and I own GabStoreStudio.com, where I make mostly stationery. So think bookmarks, notepads, stickers, sticker sheets, regular die cut stickers. I have different kinds of bookmarks like magnetic bookmarks, traditional of course, and my acrylic bookmarks. I also make polymer clay jewelry, keychains. Soon I will be adding more products. Of course, new designs are always being added on, so you are welcome to stay tuned and take a look at those. Everything on my website is my own original artwork and everything is handmade. I do get my supplies and add to them. For example, my acrylic bookmarks, I'm not cutting out the acrylic, but I do get the blanks and then I add my artwork on it. Same thing with adding the ribbon that goes on it. I'm not like hand sewing the ribbon or anything. I buy the ribbon and then put it on there. And then my bookmarks, of course, I'm printing them out myself. I cut them myself and I round the corners and everything. It is all my artwork. I don't outsource. I don't send anything to be manufactured. My notepads, for example, I print, cut, glue everything together. So everything is handmade here in my home studio. If you are interested, make sure to give me a follow, subscribe, comment something, share this video with your friends. I would really appreciate it. I printed some more bookmarks because I wanted to add some and then I wanted to change some. So I have these two right here that are listed, but I changed something. I changed some things about them. So I added this plant and this plant. They weren't on there before. And then I sort of kept the background the same. And then this one, I changed the leaf colors and made them bigger. These are new. And then this one just needs new photos. So whenever I do something that needs new photos and I don't have the item, I just remake it. It's fine. Because I like to update my photos and I like to keep them like consistent with everything else. So I'm slowly printing and making everything that needs photo updates. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these and then I'll show you what they look like. So I decided that I want to bring back my magnetic bookmarks, but this time what I think I'm gonna do is stick to the traditional shape of a regular bookmark, but I made them holographic. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but these are going to be like a holographic sparkle star pattern. And so they're just going to fold like this. I'm going to put the magnet in there and then they are going to have rounded corners. So we'll see how those look. And then some of these, I actually did mess up the laminate. I went too fast and then I don't know if you can see there's wrinkles in it, but I'm going to make these anyway, just for the photos because I can still take a photo of it on this side and this side is perfectly fine. Like there's no wrinkles in that. So I'm going to go ahead and use these for the photos and then I will take the magnets off and save them to make, you know, the ones that people buy. I'm not going to sell these, of course, that have wrinkles on them. And it's only a few of them, so the other ones are fine. So we're just going to do that. And right now I'm just like, what is it called? Scoring a line so that I can have like a perfect fold like that. So then it looks nicer. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I did used to have magnetic bookmarks, but I took them down because I feel like they didn't do well for me. And I don't know if it was the style. So for those of you that do remember, most of my bookmarks, my magnetic ones, were not like this. They were like cute little shapes, like little, I wish I had one to show you, but I don't. So it was like you know my little toast character that I have, so it was like a shape of him. It was just like a cutout of his face, and then the other side was the same. And I don't know if it was that. I don't know if like maybe I just didn't market them correctly or what, but they just didn't do well for me, so I just ended up taking them down. And then I said like eventually I'm gonna bring them back. I'm gonna change some things about it, whether that's the design, the materials, I don't know. So I actually got inspired by another seller. She has been putting holographic on hers. So I'm like, oh, let me try that, because I do use holographic for some of my stickers. And so I was like, let me just try it with that. Maybe, you know, maybe it'll do different this time. So it's, you know, she pretty much inspired me. So I took some of my designs that I already have for other bookmarks, and then I put them on these little ones. So that's what they're going to be. So as you can see probably in this one, there's a really big wrinkle right here. So we're not going to sell this one, and I'm just going to use it for the photographs, and it's obviously just going to face, you know, this way. There's no wrinkles on this side. So this is what the magnetic bookmarks are going to look like. They're going to be 3 inches when folded like this. And then I went ahead and I made a little card for them, because last time that I had my magnetic bookmarks, I didn't make cards for them. I was just putting them on my regular like thank you cards, because the thank you cards were being sent anyway. But this time I think I want their own like designated bookmark card. So they're going to look like that. And then on the back, I went ahead and I added like, not instructions, but like just care and use things, so that, you know, if anybody is interested, you know, there's no real like instructions on how to use these or anything, but I thought it would be nice to have on there. But I went ahead and made them so that, you know, they have their own card now. And I have that design. I have this one. I'm using all of the ones that, well, not all, but I'm using designs that I already have on my regular bookmarks. So we'll be having them like that. But these are going to be holographic. I think that's what I'm going to be sticking with, because last time I didn't do that, and I feel like they look cuter. They're like holographic stars. It's hard to see on camera. I'm not sure how well you can see that. But they're just holographic like stars, and they look super cute. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Last time, I don't know if you remember, I had them like, they were shapes of things. And this time I think I'm just going to keep them like this shape. I think it's just more natural, and I don't know, I think it just looks really cute. I am going to be taking pictures of these today and then listing them. And of course, these are just my like sample ones for the photos. So I'm not going to be selling these specifically, just because I did mess up the laminate on some of them, but it's just for the picture, so it's okay. Like for example here, this one's like wrinkled at the bottom, but this side's not. So I'm going to use this side for the photo and then discard this one. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and do that. Good morning, everyone. So I wanted to actually show you the updated office. I've been working hard on making new arrangements, switching everything out, putting all my stuff away. I am not quite done with that, but I did organize a lot of stuff, and mostly everything has its own spot. So let me show you. So this is where we come in from upstairs right here. So first right here, I put my ironing board against the wall instead of how I had it right here. It was kind of in the way. This is going to be our sewing table. I have some stuff that I was working on the floor. This is going to be the table where I cut fabric, but also I do a lot of my photos here. I was doing some bookmark photos last night. And then over here to my left, when I first walk in, I put this bookshelf here. This is mostly like my kids' learning stuff, their workbooks. And then we switched this from being both of my kids' computer for homeschooling. And we're only going to be using this for the 5-year-old. My 12-year-old actually got her own area over here. Let me turn on the light. So she has this little area over here. We put up some lights. She has her computer right there, her art that she's working on. And then this room is sort of like empty right now, as you can see. So we're going to be adding some more decor stuff. And then my husband is actually right behind her right here. So that's his area. So as you can see, this is like a pretty big area down here. Now, my main area. So as you can see, it's divided into many areas. We made this into the 5-year-old's play area so that she can have her own like little, section where it's just to herself and she's in charge of cleaning it up and keeping it tidy. And then we gave her a little table so she can craft because she loves to craft. So we gave her that. And then we come back around these tables. And then we're here. My desk, my table's right here. This table, I cut my notepads. I cut my notepads here. I cut all my bookmarks and cards right here. Everything that's not like a huge stack, I cut on this one. Right here, I have my table I have like most of my papers here that I use for most of my products. I have my laminate right here, my different kinds of laminate. This table right here, I have my printer and my Cricut. And I don't know if you can see, but these are those adjustable height tables. So I have these up higher because I just feel like it's a lot easier to work on when I'm laminating something if it's like right here versus lower. And then of course, my desk, I still need to organize all this like always. And then I moved this over onto that corner so that I could have this closer to me, my where I bake the clay and then all my clay supplies right here. So yeah, that's where we are at. But yeah, so I've just been working on updating a lot of old designs, making new designs, mostly bookmarks, and I do need to add more polymer clay items. I have been saying for a long time that I need to do magnets and I still haven't. So I'm going to be doing those. I have not gotten anything with sewing done, but it's okay because I don't want to add it until it's perfect. I don't want to add something and then be having to do revisions on it 5 days later. Normally I do change things up after a few months because it just looks different or I want to change something about it, but I don't want to put it up and then be like 5 minutes later like, oh wait, no, like this is so wrong or this would look much better. So I want to like take my time on it. So that's gonna be a little later, but it's okay. We still have all my other products. Oh, and then this is one of my newest designs, and I don't know why I never thought about before printing my own stuff, like print for myself, like as prints. So I'm gonna start doing that because this wall behind me just needs to be updated. It's like blank. I mean, most of my walls are like that still, but I don't really have anything up. But we will be working on that because I just want this to look cute. Oh, I need to show you how it looks in here when it's dark too, because I normally only have these lights on if I'm doing photos or if I'm actively like walking around in here when I'm putting stuff away. But I wanted to show you how it looks in here. I want to say the camera is changing the colors a lot. This looks a lot brighter than it is, but it's like really, really cozy in here with the lights off. Yeah, the camera makes it look a lot brighter. It's a lot warmer than the camera is making it seem, but I just really like it when it's dark like this. Normally, I do prefer bright lights, but only if that light is coming from outside, like natural light. I love natural light, bright lights, but I don't really have that option here, well, in this room, because these are the only windows here. We're in the basement, so there's no real like light down here. I wish there was, but it's okay. We make it work with these bright lights, so it's okay. And let me show you some of the new designs that I have. So a lot of my designs are printed on multiple types of products. So I will print a design on a single sticker. I will add it to a sticker sheet. I can make it into a magnetic bookmark and a regular bookmark. Depending on how the pattern is made, I can also add them to acrylic bookmarks, but that takes a little more planning. But let me show you some of the designs. So I have this one, which is musical notes. I do have this on a notepad already, so I wanted to print it on a bookmark. Look at how cute. And all my bookmarks are double-sided. These are going to be part of my oopsie packs because let me show you on a different one. They printed fine, but they got shifted way off to the side on the other side. So then one side has a border at the bottom. But I use these for the pictures, for the photos, because I only need to take a photo of one side and then the other side doesn't need to be photographed because it's the same. But look at how cute these are. They are so adorable. And then I did these hydrangeas. I put 3 of them on here. So cute. And then I redid my Christmas stuff. So when I first started, I was designing in a different color profile. And so when I would print them, a lot of my reds were printing out very dark. Let me show you. If you look at these, the little ornaments, how different they are in brightness, the reds. So on my screen, this one looked fairly red, but it was printing out like this. So I imported it back into Procreate after this was finished, and I was using a CMYK color profile on Procreate. So this actually looks sort of brown, how it does here in Procreate, because it was converting it to a CMYK color profile. So I was like, oh, I could fix it now. So I recolored it to a brighter red that looked brighter in that same profile. So now it prints a lot closer to what it looks like on my screen. So this is the end result. I added this here. And I wanted to tell you that I actually have digital files now available, seamless digital files that I will be selling. This one is one of them, except the background is like a light blue. So, but it's already posted. And then I will also be adding this one, which is like a Christmas themed. These are going to be seamless files. They're going to be available really soon. One of them already is, but I haven't listed this one, but it might be up by the time you see this video. But I do want to add a bigger section of that, just because I feel like it's another way to get my artwork out there, because I know that a lot of small businesses, not all of them, are going to be buying, like, if they make bookmarks, they're not going to be buying a bookmark for themselves most of the time. Like, they want to buy stuff to make more products for their small business. So I feel like using the seamless files is a good way to get my artwork out there to small business owners. So, you know, they're going to be able to use them for that, because I will be providing it for personal and commercial use, and I do have like a separate license for extended use and stuff like that, but it does come with a free commercial license for these. So make sure to check those out if that's something that you're interested in as well. If you watched this video to the end, I just want to say thank you so much for being here with me. And please, please, please go ahead and subscribe if you like what you see. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment something that you took away from this video, something I could work on, maybe something you'd like to see, anything. I'm really up for it. Message me, go to my website. I have my P.O. box there. You're more than welcome to send me a letter with any suggestions, anything you like, any criticism, anything, send me a letter. I will be reading it. I will read everything. And thank you so much for watching.